Welcome to this explainer for Lecture 3. Today, we are focusing entirely on mastering frequency expressions. If you've ever found yourself struggling to clearly describe your daily habits, your work schedules, or even just your weekend routines, you are definitely in the right place. By the time we're done here, you're going to have the exact vocabulary and grammar to communicate your routines with absolute confidence.
Let's kick things off with a really simple question to get the gears turning. How often do you travel? Just imagine a colleague or a new friend casually asked you this over coffee. Would your answer be kind of vague or totally precise? To answer it effectively, we need the right tools.
That brings us to part 1, words for general frequency.
To tackle our travel question, we first need to look at general frequency words. Let's start with the concept of always. This is the word you're going to use when an action happens literally 100% of the time, no exceptions whatsoever. It is a permanent, unwavering fixture in your routine. Next up, we have usually. This paints a picture of an action that happens most of the time, say roughly 80%, but not quite always. It's your normal everyday routine and what people generally expect from you, but, there are occasional days where you might break from that pattern. Then there's sometimes, which is just that perfect middle ground word. It highlights an action that only occurs a fraction of the time, right around that 50% mark. It basically tells your listener that this event is a part of your life, but it certainly doesn't dictate your whole schedule. It's purely occasional.
Moving right along to part 2, counting your actions. Exactly.
In professional settings, just saying you usually do something often isn't enough, right? People need exact numbers. So when an action occurs just a single time, we use once. Instead of awkwardly saying one time, native speakers will always default to this. It's crisp, it's clear, and it provides an exact data point. Now, if that action happens 2 times, we upgrade to twice. Notice the efficiency here again. We're replacing 2 words with a single dedicated term. Whether you're talking about checking your email per day or maybe going to the gym per week, twice perfectly captures it. But for 3 occurrences, the pattern actually changes. We don't have a special single word for this anymore. Once we hit 3, we simply state the number and add the word times, making it 3 times. And the final definite frequency term we're looking at is every, which is absolutely vital for establishing a specific recurring interval. This word is incredibly powerful. It literally takes a block of time, a day, a week, a month, and turns it into a continuous looping cycle. So before we start building full sentences, let's firmly draw a line between these 2 toolkits. On one hand, we have our exact, definite precision tools, once, twice, 3 times, and every. And on the flip side, we have our sweeping, indefinite general tools, always, usually, and sometimes. Truly mastering English routines means knowing exactly which toolkit to pull from at any given moment.
Which brings us perfectly to part 3, grammar in real life.
Because having the vocabulary is really only half the battle, we actually need to slot these into grammatically correct sentences. Check this out. I travel twice a year. The subject and verb come first, I travel, followed immediately by our definite frequency expression. This leaves 0 ambiguity. It is a completely factual statement about a routine.
Or we can use every to establish that recurring interval we talked about. The train runs every 30 minutes. Think about how essential this structure is for just navigating the world. It's not just happening once, it is locked into a continuous, totally dependable loop.
All right, let's wrap things up with part 4, your speaking practice homework. Now it is time to actually put these skills to work. Learning this stuff passively is a great start, for sure, but active recall is where true mastery happens. Your task is super simple. Review these frequency words we just covered and write 10 of your own sentences. Mix them up. Write about your work, your hobbies, your family. Just force yourself to build those clear, factual statements. And to kickstart that homework right now, I'm going to ask you one more time. How often do you travel? Do you always travel during the summer? Do you travel twice a year for business? Or do you just sometimes take weekend trips? Use the expressions we covered today to craft your perfect answer. Thanks for hanging out with me in this explainer, and happy practicing.